Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mystic Hawk YouTube channel. Today's reading is going to be a general reading for October 2018, and this one is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So hello all my Pisces out there, how's it going? How have you fared after this intense eclipse season that we had, from the end of July into August? The reason I'm bringing this up is we're going to have a little bit of residuals coming up from that. But what I want to say with this change of seasons that we've gone through, whether it be fall or spring, depending on what part of the world that you live in, what I'm sensing is that, yes, things are still going to be intense, especially in the relationships and money department with Venus going retrograde. However, there's also going to be a settling down and settling into the new rhythm, the new energies that are around. If you allow it to be so, if you are focused consciously within yourself to getting into that new rhythm and not trying to resist by staying in the old paradigm. And, if we resist and try to keep things an old way when the greater part of the energy is wanting to move in a different direction, it can cause, trying to swim upstream as opposed to flowing with the downstream energy, then it can be a bit difficult for you. And because we're still in very intense times, I do suggest you watch your moon and rising sign videos, perhaps even the ones you have for Venus and Mars as well, in particular Venus, perhaps, just to get the bigger picture, because you may all have the same sun sign or rising sign, which would be Pisces. However, everybody has different Venus, different Mars, born at different times, in you're at different stages in your life. So this is again a general reading. So to get a clearer picture on you, you might want to watch all three videos, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And if you would like a personal reading, I do have those available. Just check out the description down below, www.mystichawk.com/shop. And I have my 60-minute readings on sale. They're all marked on the, excuse me, one thing about fall, allergy seasons for me. But anyway, the 60-minute readings are discounted. The sale price is already marked. You don't have to worry about a coupon code or anything like that. So you get basically a 60-minute reading for the price of a 45. It's an excellent deal. Get a few extra minutes there. And speaking of free readings, I do have a free 10-minute audio reading to give away to some lucky person out there once I reach 3,333 subscribers. Thank you so much. And this is my way of saying thank you to all of you for helping me build the channel, for staying with me. It's been a bit of an up and down year. I started off this year with a surgery and having to recover from that and getting back out there and having to actually, not just do tarot, build this business, but also go back and rebuild my landscaping business and try to, keep food on the table, a roof over my head. And it's been quite a challenge. So thank all of you for hanging in there with me through these ups and downs and trials and tribulations. I do appreciate that. And if you want to get your name in the hat for that free reading, just leave a comment down below. I love hearing from everybody. So, it's kind of, it kind of doubly helps me. I do like the feedback and I do appreciate it. So without further ado, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's get the cards out here. I'm going to start shuffling, see what I can feel from this shuffle. Whew, I know I think everybody's just a little stunned after this summer that we've had and the things that have come up. I know a lot of us, myself included, felt like we were on a pretty good roll until about the end of July when these eclipses started coming in. And if the first one didn't get you, the second or third one might have, just so much intensity in a row. And it was all about the purging and the removal of things that no longer serve us. And sometimes we don't want to let go of those things that no longer serve us. They're often in our comfort zone. And if we're a little resistant about letting them go, sometimes the universe will send us a tower and take them. And that is Not to be mean to you, but that's your higher self's way of saying, I can't come in when you got all this garbage on the way. So we need to get this out of the way first so that we can get on with our higher purpose. And yes, it may seem a little painful at the time, but when you look back, is what I'm hearing, when you look back at a few months or a few years down the line, you will see how much and how far you have grown, especially on the emotional front. So, okay, now they're ready. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'll get these straightened up here in a minute. So, there's that Page of Pentacles there. Page of Pentacles. That would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Whoops, I went down too far, so we have to adjust that. I'm changing everything around as far as the lighting and everything goes. And I changed my whole entire room around, actually, that studio. I had to change a few things with card layouts. Is that all on there? There we go. That's the easier way to do it, just move the whole board. All right. Pardon me, I'm going to try not to cough too much. A little bit of allergies. We have the ragweed and goldenrod going crazy in my area of the woods. Okay. Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles, that is a news message. It is around earth energy. Earth energy is physical energy. That's about some kind of physical property. It could be about a job situation, getting some kind of news about something going on in the physical material world. So if those of you that have been looking for jobs, have applications out there, somebody may be calling you in for an interview or actually offering you a job. And yes, there's some kind of news. And the reason I got a little distracted because right crossing that energy is the Devil card. So there's going, the devil's in the details of the situation. So really, really listen to the details of the communication that's coming through. I'm hearing, don't just skirt across the surface. Think, oh, I thought, thinking you hear what you heard is what I'm saying. Write it down. Repeat what the person said to make sure you heard them correctly so that there is no miscommunication in the situation. Also, you want to ask some questions so that you can get down to the details and find out if there's any deviling going on in the situation. The devil's in the details, as they say. Also, the Devil card, this is this toxic energy, toxic people, toxic environments. It could also be about, addictions, obsessions, sexual obsessions, and all of that keeps us, that control mechanism that keeps us within that old reality. So there is some kind of shadow energy. I don't want to even call it evil necessarily, but there's a shadow to be dealt with in this situation. It's going to be around this communication. The foundation of it is some kind of new beginning or new idea that you wanted to start off. There is a delay, or it had to be cut short. Like, oh, no, we're not going to do that project. We're not going to go forward with that idea. We're not going to go forward with that thought process. And the reason is, I'm going to skip right up here to this 10, the upright 10 of swords. So we have the reversed ace of swords and the 10 of swords. So that's telling me you can't start the new beginning until you finish up the old cycle. So you're still in the old cycle and letting go of that old belief system, letting go of that whatever situation that this devil energy, this toxic person, could be a Capricorn. The devil does represent a Capricorn individual, so some of you may be dealing with that kind of energy. but it is a restriction, a holding back. You see these people, yeah, they may have their pleasures, you know, drinking, smoking, whatever they're doing, but they're chained to the cube, the four, the square, the Saturn energy, and they're not really focused and paying attention. They're not fully, truly conscious, because this devil entity, this devil energy wants your energy for itself. It doesn't want you to take your energy and go and create with it. And that has been going on for a long time. This has been a cycle of whatever it is. Not everybody is addicted to drugs and alcohol, but then again, some people very much pride themselves on how much they work, and to the point of being a workaholic where you ignore everything else in your life. So it's anything that you're doing that leads to the detriment of other areas in your life. It's whatever you're doing that's creating this imbalance in your situation that stopped you from having this new beginning, this new thought, this new idea. And it may be that new beginning did get started off, and then we had all these eclipses and all this gunk come up to the surface, all this crap that we've had to deal with in our subconscious mind. That needed to come, excuse me, oh, speaking of gunk. Anyway, that needed to come up, get out, so that you can see where there was resistance, where there was problems, the things that you needed to work with before you could proceed into creating this new paradigm for yourself, into having this new beginning. And I do see a new emotional beginning coming up for you. It is happening, but first we have to get rid of all that old thought process, those old beliefs, those old thoughts, the way that we injure ourselves with constantly bringing up the past. You know, that not only this situation is dead, but it's dead. You know, he's got 10 swords in his back. Betrayal. Maybe some of you felt a betrayal with some situation, with some toxic people involved, and you were really trying to get off to this new beginning and got pulled back, got held back in this situation. And it has to do around something that happened in the past. Could be, depending on who you are and where you're at in life, could have been a long time ago. Or it could be, you know, like 10 months ago, and this is a 10 years, 10 months. There's different cycles that we operate on, and we're in both of those cycles right now. And it has to do with the 10 of Pentacles, which is feeling like you have everything you need. You have the family, the love around you. You have the family land, the family property. The 10 of Pentacles, to me, I call that the legacy property card, the card of property that's handed down in the family. So like if you have a grandparent or a parent that passed away, that property is divided up between all of the heirs. So this is something that you may inherit. It could be money. Money is also property, or things. But as always, it's something that's physical, tangible, something that you can hold in your hand or walk around, or, you know, be in the physical. When the 10 of Pentacles is reversed, there's either a delay in the inheritance. You did not get your inheritance, that you didn't get as much as you expected. You know, there are dubious, devilish family members that can come in and, you know, try to take it from you, or try to get the whole thing, and you know, you not get your fair share. That's for some of you Pisces out there. But basically feeling uprooted, feeling like there is no family home, feeling, you know, like you don't have a place to hang your hat, is what I'm hearing. And that might be that situation that got to stop, you know, got to temporarily delayed, or in your own resistance. This could be you. I mean, part of your own subconscious that is very fearful and resistant, and doesn't want to do what you need to do to get out of your comfort zone, so you can create a new and better comfort zone, which is this 10 of Pentacles. That's definitely a comfort zone card. I mean, you know, he's leaning on his hoe or whatever, shovel, whatever he has there, and they seem pretty comfortable in their life. When that's reversed, some people, you could have gone through a breakup or a divorce, and there's a splitting up of properties, and it really wasn't going your way. This could mean a lot of things. So it's not just people dying, it could be through a divorce situation as well. And that I see this also as a possibility with this 10 of swords there. Just can't do this anymore. That's what these two situations are saying. Tens are also endings of cycles, endings. So there's certain cycles, and I'm feeling 10 months, 10 years cycle. So if you want to go back 10 months ago, go back 10 years ago, see where you're at. I'm also hearing from my guides that they said you need to be respectful and kind enough to yourself to see that you really have grown. You really have made some progress in that time. And sometimes if we look back and remember how we felt then, or remember how we reacted to certain situations back in the past as opposed to how you do now, you can really appreciate that you have grown and understood. Or if you see problems, see situations where there's still problems, like with this devil card, with what is getting in your way, what's holding you back, you're more conscious of it. It's not something that you just do subconsciously. And I know Pisces energy can be very sensitive and very much looking for that escape mechanism. And this can be the escapism that Pisces can get into. You know, it's just, I don't want to deal with this kind of situation. So, but even though you do that now, what I'm hearing is you're still you're still conscious of what you're doing, what's going on. It's not as easy to go into just forget it. I don't want to see any of this. I don't want to deal with that. And it has a lot to do with the intensity of what's going on with the astrology out there. The universe just isn't letting us not see things anymore. The universe just isn't letting us pull the wool over our own eyes, or the blankets over our head and just curl up in the bed. It's like, no, universe comes and rip those blankets off and says, get up, we got work to do. Or that may be Saturn saying, what are you doing in the bed? You know, Saturn's pretty harsh taskmaster, but you would think Mercury's retrograde. Anyway, let me slow down. That will help. So we have the Two of Pentacles coming up reversed. You know, and that's telling me not being able to juggle two different situations. Some of you, and these are two physical situations, some of you have had two jobs or even gone between two different living situations, perhaps dealing with, you know, selling an old house but trying to move into the new one. Kind of, that could be a situation, being between getting a new job, but this new job is some distance away, and looking for a new place, or having to travel for work, that kind of situation. But two different situations that you've been juggling. Also, I'm feeling juggling money, juggling finances. When it's reversed, it's just the inability to handle all of these situations at a time. What I'm hearing is to streamline. This is a time to streamline, especially in the month of October, to really streamline things down, make a budget, see where you're at, and get real clear with that. Again, Venus is going to be going retrograde in the month of October. That's going to be challenging finances and love relationships. And very often those two go together, especially if you're going through a breakup of having to not have those two incomes anymore and having to figure out how to do this with on just one income or one situation. I want to go directly to this reverse Queen of Pentacles in connection to this reverse Two of Pentacles. And this could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, typically female, not necessarily, we're just going to say earth energy, very earthy energy, very grounded energy. But when she's reversed, she's worried about money. When she doesn't have money in the bank account or enough food in the pantry, or really comfortable house, when things are unstable in that area, that's when you can see the shadow side of the earth energies. If they don't feel like they're in abundance, if they get unsure, they get into lack and scarcity consciousness. that can really throw things out of balance. Usually they're really good at balancing all the physical, all the stuff that they have to do, but so they can feel very scattered and out of balance, a little bit lost in that situation. An earth sign energy, when they're reversed and when they're worried about money, if this is another person around you, you know, they can really project their fears, especially if they're a Capricorn energy, really project their fears of lack and scarcity to such a great level to really bring a vibration down. And what I'm hearing is to be careful about being in that energy as you're trying to raise your vibration, because it takes 2 or 3 times more energy to pull somebody up as opposed to it is to just maintain your own. So if you have somebody around you that's vibrating at a lower level, they can much easier pull you down to their level as you can to pull them up to yours, okay? So just keep that in mind of how much time that you would spend around this kind of energy. Remember, these eclipses came through and cleared out things that no longer serve us. Another thing, when court cards are reversed, they're not always bad and not always in opposition to you. Sometimes they don't feel well. So it could be a health issue in yourself or someone else. When the Queen of Pentacles in particular is reversed, it does tell me to let you know to get, if you're not haven't been feeling well or someone else around you hasn't been feeling well, definitely you might want to get that checked out, you know, by the doctor, whoever, you know, you go to for healing, because there's an imbalance, especially with this reverse 2 of Pentacles. I feel an imbalance that is affecting the physical, which is would be your health situation. However, in hopes and fears, we have a wonderful card. We have the 9 of Cups. That's definitely a hope. That's a wish card. That's a yes card. That is your wishes being fulfilled. That is satisfaction and pleasure. Sometimes a little too much, but so long as it's upright. That's about having a good time and celebrating and having satisfaction and pleasure and getting a wish granted. Perhaps for some of you, the wish that was granted is to have some peace and quiet. This is the Hermit card in your environment. This also is a card of the Virgo, so some of you may very well be dealing with some Virgo energy. And this is about having the peace and quiet. This is in your environment. Having the peace and quiet and the ability to go within and really talk to your higher self, talk to your guides, find out from yourself what it is you want and where you want to go. What, you know, what belief systems, what things that are in your way here that you need to continue to clear out in the month of October, so that you can have this Ace of Cups situation, that new emotional beginning, filling up your own cup. And this is in your personal position, so it's talking very much about being able to replenish and refill your own cup. So that is a wish that you will get in October. And there may just be some physical separation. You may not be in a fight with anybody or have any problems, but your loved ones, or you may find yourself at a distance from other people, in a place where you can be alone and be able to meditate and to do that Pisces thing of feeling your way through a situation so that you know which direction that you want to swim in, right? So that's definitely pretty good. I see this pretty good card. You got the wish card. There's some bumps in the road, and they're only about to what degree you can lessen your resistance to move forward. If you have a lot of resistance and want to hang on to the past, that can give you some trouble. But if you're willing to let the situation go, release the old, even if you have some pretty strong emotional connections to it, if you can release the old and be willing to move forward, that's going to help you greatly in the month of October. Not holding on to resentments is another thing I found, because what I just heard is just to let go of the resentments and the needing to be right. Let go of the resentments and need to be right, to prove to somebody else you're right, because that in itself pulls the energy down. You can be right, or you can be happy sometimes. That's what Abraham Hicks says. You know, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? And if you're happy, your vibration is high. And that's when you enact this wish card. That's when you get the 9 of Cups. That's when you get your wish. So definitely, you know, not having to argue, not letting your ego get the in control and saying, I got to be right. Your ego can make you very, very unhappy, not to mention a whole bunch of other people around you. Oh, I'm right. I know I'm right. You know, it's like, oh, well, you know, there are multitudes of possibilities within the universe. And, you know, there's not only, there's many, many ways of looking at things, many, many perspectives, many reasons why certain things happen. And if you need to be right about it all the time, you're kind of losing the broader perspective that could help you to learn a great deal more about the situation. So let's see what the clarifying cards are for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Can't see that one very good. Got a little bit of a glare, but the first card I pulled was the 5 of Wands. So this could be around a work situation. Lots of competition, obviously. So they're in competition. I wonder if they're thinking that they're trying to hit a pinata, and instead it's a wasp nest. Woo! And everybody's striking at it once. Everybody's blindfolded except who? This one person standing aside and leaning on their staff. They're leaning on their wand, standing back watching everybody else fight it out. Most likely the instigator. This guy is the one that has to be right. But look, are people happy? They're taking little, you know, it's petty stuff, little petty arguments. Not nasty like the 5 of Swords, but definitely some petty arguments going on and some competition. Could be competition around this job that you're waiting to hear about. A lot of things going on. Remember the devil in the details. Need to find out the details to make sure that that's the right situation for you, because it may sound good on the surface. That's what I'm hearing. This is like the 3rd time they said this to me, so they really want to emphasize this to you, Pisces. Don't, just because something sounds good on the surface, to dive a little deeper and to see what's really under that, to see if that's really the deal. If it sounds too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true, okay? Or, you know, you might find out it's wonderful. But it does take a little investigation. The 9 of Wands comes up next. The 9 of Wands, look how she's got her wand in her hand. She's surrounded by the other 8 wands and got a pentagram up in front of her. She is protecting herself on all levels. She is ready for whatever comes her way. That is definitely a card of being prepared, being ready, expecting the unexpected, being ready for whatever may come your way so you can defend yourself, because I do see that there is some defensive energy with this 5 of Wands going on, and everybody, you know, being in competition, their egos having to be right, you know. Again, it's a lot easier to not have to be right and be happy in a situation. I've often thought of this guy leaning on his wand as the instigator, but perhaps this is the person that just would rather be happy, and they don't have to be right, so they're not having to get in the mix with everybody. So they're all happy in their reality and watching everybody else in their ego having to be right, swatting at this hornet's nest and just causing more and more chaos and calamity in the need to be right. The next card we have is the 9 of Pentacles. And, you know, that's about having it all, you know. That's when people see you on the outside. Pisces, you've got it all. You got the house, you got the car, you know, you got your business or a good job or whatever the situation. It seems like, you know, you're surrounded by beautiful and wonderful things. You may even have plenty of friends. However, it is a card of feeling like, oh, everybody thinks I have it all, but there's something still missing. For some of you, it could be a relationship or a love, you know, some love in your life. Others, you know, maybe it is friends or more things, or a career that's deeply satisfying, because the 9 of Pentacles, yes, my material needs are taken care of, but there's still something missing. So it's about, oh, You know, my squirrel friend, I'm talking to you in my beautiful, luscious, wonderful garden that's surrounded by this powerful, this strong rock wall that keeps all that stuff out. But in by keeping myself behind this wall, I'm not open to that which I really, really need to feel satisfied in my life. So sometimes she's got to come out of her little comfort zone, her protective surroundings, and step out into the world. And yes, it would be nice to be prepared. We also have 3 9s here, so you know, in numerology, that is about endings. So this is just clearing out. October is going to be that finishing up of sorting out all the stuff that the eclipses and all this mess in the summer brought up for us. And that's just sorting it out. And I'm saying to people, things are going to calm down. The intensity is going to go down a bit. Some people may say it goes up a lot, but I say we had we had 3 eclipses in a row. I don't know why that battery should have lasted a lot longer. Woohoo! Talk about intensity. The minute I said intensity, the battery went dead. That's interesting. I take everything as a sign. Hold on. Now, oh. All right. There we go. So yeah, there's these 9s, and this is this completion energy that's happening. Bear with me. I'm not going to stop my reading. It's too good of a reading. So we'll just have to wait till the camera decides to wake back up. There it is. No problem. So yes, there's a lot of intensity of energy and that releasing of that old past stuff and letting it go, not letting the devils get in your way. Devil likes to be right. He doesn't care if anybody's happy or not. Just saying. So let's see what the angel cards have to say for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Matter of fact, I think the devil likes it when people are unhappy. Now, Pisces, the angel card we have for you is go for it. If you feel the need to go after something, to go after a situation, it's saying definitely yes. Putting it by the wish card, yes, go for it. You're working something out, a new job, a new situation. Perhaps it's even a retreat. We have the Hermit card there. Somebody saying, oh, you know, you look at this wonderful, beautiful scenery behind me. This is what it looks like in the fall where I live, and there's little cabins and stuff around the lake, just a few miles north of us. And, you know, just take a 45-minute drive and you're in this kind of environment. Oh, how beautiful. What if somebody has a cabin and you could go stay in by yourself for the weekend and meditate or ride or do all these things that you wanted to do. So here is your opportunity to do your studies, to have time to really think about what you would like to create in the world, what you want, and to go for it. So, you know, if somebody offers you something, yes, go for it. And I also see possibly a new job situation that works out better for you. They're also telling you to go for that situation as well. Hey, Pisces, this is a pretty good one. You know, just a little bit of old business to take care of. Watch out for that old devil there. But otherwise, you know, I do see for you that there's some good news coming through. Check out the details first. If you find out that this situation is something you can live with, then absolutely go for it. But, you know, just don't take it on surface value. I'm hearing this over and over again. Just don't take things at surface value. Do find out the details. You might find out there's even better stuff than you expected. But whatever it is, find out the details. Make sure that's something that you can handle and live with. Know that the new beginning is going to start getting underway in the month of October. What I've been saying to people is it's kind of like learning how to surf. In October, we have a whole new rhythm now. After these eclipses, the new paradigm energy is this whole new rhythm and waves. And you may have to wipe out a few times before you get your balance. So don't get too frustrated. Just keep trying. You know, it takes a little while to get back into into the flow of things. But you will do it. You'll do it. Absolutely. Pisces, if anybody can get into the flow and rhythm, just like the water, you guys got it on that department better than the rest of us. So I'm not telling Pisces anything there. Hey, Pisces, if you like the reading, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Remember, if you want that free reading, all you have to do is leave a comment down below. I really appreciate it. If you want a private reading, the information is also down below. And thank all of you for liking, sharing, and subscribing for the private readings and donations. It really does help keep me on this channel. And I will see y'all soon. I don't know what reading I'm going to come up with. I've got a heavy workload, but I'm going to be having something come your way in the next week or so. All right, Pisces, I will see you then.